right. Call the meeting to order. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As you know, Michigan's going to play a ball game Sunday night at 7:30 or something, and you can get a flight. They have Monday. You can get flights now. I think they're 3,500 from Flint, nonstop. They added 7 or 8 flights. The tickets to the game start at 900, but they go up to 30,000. So there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you grab 10 seats? Did you grab 10 seats?
10 seats.
10 seats?
I don't have 1 seat. Kelly wrote that.
Well, we might as well leave, there ain't gonna be no road.
That's the end of that story.
Mark Foltz.
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Francis Griffin.
Here.
Fred Herman.
Yes.
Kelly
Okay.
Schmidt. Here.
Kelly's here. The agenda, anything to add, or are we okay?
Just clarify that one line that says election, it's laptop, not just
Oh, I
laptop.
wondered what that was. Election lap.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion been made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Should have your December 6th minutes of last year.
Motion to approve the minute.
Second.
I heard Troy, and I heard Butch second it. Sorry, Mark.
It's fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public comments, wants? Up you guys. Okay. Sheriff's report, Troy.
You didn't have one.
We didn't get it.
Oh, did not get it. CC report. Oh,
Not really a whole lot going on. We're starting to see SOPs coming in from the new chief. And,
okay.
I mean, there's just a lot of things.
There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of it, we've had long meetings.
So,
Right, but I mean, there's nothing that hasn't been going on for a while.
No, there's probably gonna be some new finance recommendations that may impact us in the next couple of months. but-
okay. And their meeting, they give the meeting outline, January, February, March. Yep. Basically about the middle of the month. And then-
Third Monday.
Third Monday. And then, did we get the titles to the
We did.
trucks? Okay.
Well, I've done the paperwork. We don't actually have them, but I have the receipt that we
Good.
got.
So, okay. All right. All right, DDA didn't meet, but they're going to meet this month, January, Troy. They're going to meet January, Wednesday, 17th?
What?
Wednesday, January
For what, the DDA?
Yeah, that'd be the 17th.
17th?
Yep.
January 17th at 6:30 right here.
Don't forget the budget.
Okay, zoning, I did find the file, we had one, construction of personal residence which encroached a minimum rear
So that was,
setback.
that was the ZBA.
That was-
Did they approve that variance?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Yes, it was
Yes,
approved.
it was approved, yeah, so.
That was a variance planning commission looked at. It was, yeah.
And they did
It was
that.
on,
Oh,
here's
for
the,
that pole barn?
Yep, yep, so that's done. And then, we had several citations, we had junk debris, junk debris. We had some recreational vehicles and campground structures near the golf course around the corner there. We had another person with junk and debris, another principal residence using 8 or 9 campers around their house as living quarters, which we done. And then we had a fence that was encroached on Beard Road, too close to the road. So that was our deal there. So, Commissioner has a meeting somewhere else, and so he won't be here. Library work.
Actually, there's no report from the library because they had their Christmas party. They all got drunk, thrown in jail.
Did they get out with that?
No,
No.
no, bail them out, they're all still there.
Oh, boy. Okay, thank you for that report. I-69 trade for
we did meet, went over, approved, some new, there's a change, our county's, the SEDP is not gonna be doing the administrative work anymore. St. Clair, City of St. Clair is going to be, talked a lot about the St. Clair LDFA, talked a lot about mega sites and, I mean, none of which are here, but I mean, throughout the corridor and, you know, why things happen the way they happen, and it was kind of a long philosophical discussion, let's put it that way.
Who had that? Sure.
Joe Sawyer's the chairman. It really wasn't Joe, it was more people over in St. Clair.
Oh,
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
there's resistance to those things that's everywhere, and,
okay.
you know, they were throwing kind of, there's a big project in the city of St. Clair that the I-69 LDFA is involved in.
Okay.
And, you know, there's other projects potential over there that are having a lot of resistance, and that one did not, so that one was fine.
That was moving forward, okay. All right, well, thanks. Mark?
SEDP, we talked about the budget for 2024.
They moved in their new headquarters.
Oh yeah, they've been there for 3-4 months.
They had the open house.
They had the open house. And we are, in the budget, we are adding another person for employee related, or for customer relations or investor relations, those kind of things, and some other things, because it's a small enough organization. But that's the first person that wasn't already involved. Both Jody and Sally were part-time for the chamber, part-time for the SCDP, and came over full-time to SCDP. This will be the first one hired since Brent,
Oh, wow.
so it's kind of a big decision, but we did approve it.
Good. And the planning commission for us?
No meeting, of course, we lost Sandy.
Okay. Sandy has to be secretary. Okay, Troy, the financial report and pay the bills.
All right, you've got your bills list in front of you. Not a super long list this month. We did have the parking lot work was completed, and so that's on there. And I came over when we had rain, and there was no water standing anywhere in the parking lot, and there was water in the retention pond. So that did what it was supposed to do.
New drain out front, and
Yeah.
then on the back, we have a little pond, living pond. It's working great, so that was good.
On the income side, we did get our 5th revenue sharing check of the fiscal year, which was solid. Yeah, and so if you look on our budget to date numbers, for revenue sharing, we're at 87.2%. We'll have one more check still to come in the fiscal year, so we're in very good shape. Other than that, property tax revenue is starting to come in. A bunch will start coming in here in the next, through the end of February.
Yeah. Good.
Any questions on the bills?
No, pay them.
Okay, Mark, so pay bills. Butch, second, okay. Roll call vote, Kelly.
Mark Foltz.
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Francis Griffin.
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Dick Herman.
Yes.
Okay, correspondence, just point of information, every year I like to attend the Capitol Conference, which is not at the Capitol, but at the
Lansing
Lansing Center. And so it's they have a keynote speaker, they don't know who it is, I don't know who it is, election changes, talk about lunch with legislators, probably Brian Bedeau, different ones will be there. And so we went ahead and got the discounted rate and signed up for that. So that just,
Will they keep you?
Huh?
Will they keep you?
no, they let me come home. We didn't want to pay to stay. And then public comments number 2. Okay. Unfinished business. Okay. New business. Road Commission, our projected road projects for this 2024. With us are Chris Cannon and Entourage. I'll let you introduce the Entourage
Okay.
and begin.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for welcoming us tonight. With me tonight is Commissioner John Mahalik, Commissioner Mike Constein, and Superintendent of Operations Jeremy Dietz. He replaced Troy House. So, thank you very much, and I hope everybody had a happy New Year. So, no snow outside, and that's always a good thing. So, want to go over a few things with you. as you and I spoke about, Mark, put a few things down on the sheet to start from, and we can edit it in any way that, the shape or form that you want to do after you talk to your board after this evening, and if you got different ideas, we can certainly accommodate. So the first thing on here is looking over around a lot of your roads, and Beardsley Road is a perfect candidate right now for a stack course chip seal. Put an inch of paving on there and put the chip seal with the fog from the Bath Road down to Beard. And that's a mile of paving, 800 tons of paving, and it estimates at $107,000. And keep in mind that anything in red it's got to be bid. So we like to estimate these conservatively. So we're hoping that will come in. That's at $85 a ton is what we estimated that at. And word on the street right now is it sounds like asphalt's going to be around $75, $77. So that's good news. Overband crack sealing. If you recall last year, I had these two subdivisions in there to be inch and a half of paving in there. I want to put them back on there, stay on the radar, to keep it on the radar. At least we could go in there and possibly do some crack filling. You know, fill the cracks in there and seal them up and try to slow them down. They're not in terrible shape right now, by no means. But if we could preserve them, that would be the way to go. I feel.
Chris, did you drove them? I assume so.
Pardon me?
Did you drive?
I did.
Do you have a feeling why Raylan Hills, because it's been redone the most recent of any of them, and I almost think it's in the worst shape, you know, of the three. I mean, does something stand out there? I mean, because like I said, like when they were rebuilt last time, it was Forest Green, Clifford Fields, and then Raylan Hills. And Forest Green's going to be, gosh, better part of 10 years older than Raylan Hills. But yeah, Raylan Hills almost acts in worse shape.
Yeah, I want to say Raylan Hills was done, wasn't that done around 14 or something? Because I want to say.
No, it was older than that, 2004.
Is it older than that, in 4? We did something in there, I was inspecting, but I can't recall what we did, but I think.
I mean, it's getting old, I'm not saying, but I mean, why is it worse?
Well, it could be the grade, I don't know what's under that asphalt, I didn't build it, but you got heavy garbage trucks running in and out of there, and that's what's doing the damage, for what I've seen, the push outs, and they're stopping, most of them are in front of homes, you know, if you see, so that would be my guess. You know, the garbage trucks are terrible on the subdivisions. And it all starts with underneath the asphalt. We all know that, right? So, but the Forest Green, that isn't in terrible shape in there.
Right, but see, Forest Green was done like 97.
Yeah.
And that hasn't had anything done to it.
Right.
You know, and it's time to do something to it, but it's, like I said, it's several years older.
Sure. I think one good thing is, I mean, one thing.
And it's got more trees.
Come get in, you got it. I said, remember last year we were talking about it?
Yeah.
So get that thing opened up. And the way to do that, I believe, would be like a forestry that comes in and does that. If we go in there, because you know how people are with trees.
Like what's the ones you've had? You've done that for us before.
Right.
What's their names?
Who does our tree trimming there?
Right, Ashburn, I don't know who.
No,
No.
not Weiners.
No, not Weiners.
Jesus.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have asked me, I could have told you.
Yeah, right. We're all thinking of the same people. But nonetheless, you're thinking of them where they go down with a pole, basically. and-
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So.
Farrell's, isn't it?
Farrell's, there you
Yes.
go.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So no, I think that if you do anything in there, I mean, even if you did some crack filling, it's a cheap fix, and it buys you 3 to 5 years. And so it can't hurt. It's you know, $5,000 for Rollin Hills, $9,500 for Forest Green. There's a lot of miles. 1.9 miles in
Forest
there.
Green, there's a lot of roads in Forest Green.
So them are the 3 paving projects. Well, 1 paving, but 2 crack filling. But them are the asphalt projects. And then the next one would be gravel. The only thing I got from the foreman on that side was Lovejoy. You guys have been pretty aggressive on your gravel projects. And that's from 52, a mile and a half down there to the Ingham County line. And that's 3,750 tons of gravel. And right now, that's estimated at $11.49 a ton, and that has went up.
I got told today that gravel went up considerably.
Gravel went up all across the,
He
all
got
across
he got his
Michigan.
pit price sheet
Yeah.
today, and he said that,
It's terrible.
yeah, 6
Yeah.
and a quarter on 21 AA and
Yeah.
quite a
How
bit.
bad is it?
And getting it processed in our pit, that's up. And it's just, we all know, everything's pretty much doubled around, and it shows in our gravel. We're trying to keep it
250
down.
250 a ton is a big jump.
Yeah, yeah, so.
Is that firm or is that still gonna, the hauling's,
No, that's gonna fluctuate, after we bid the trucking.
trucking's gonna be
Yeah,
big?
so that's just an estimate right now. And if we are able to, in the spring, which this is our goal, to throw more gravel down on the ground, if we can manage that, we're in there working right now. We got a processor in there right now getting the gravel ready. That will start bringing the price of gravel down. The more tons we make, and it just will. So that is just a fictitious number at this time. I don't see it coming down a lot, but I think it will come down a little bit. Price of gravel's up, you know, and I think that some townships are gonna have to start looking at going to a half shot of gravel instead of the 2,500 tons a mile. And berming the road, we got a reclaimer now that we put behind the tractor, and we're gonna be pretty aggressive with that reclaimer this year. And try to get that berm knocked off, and then you wouldn't have to build your road up 5 inches of gravel.
It's been I live on gravel road, it's my number one complaint. We have spots where we have really good ditches. You know,
Right.
we come down and then we've got this berm and then we
Yeah.
got the ditch.
Yeah.
We gotta add a foot of gravel all the time, and
Yeah.
I know Brad was out on inspecting something and I railed on it for 20 minutes because we were right at a spot, and I said, look at this, we gotta do something different here.
No doubt about it. Jeremy and I talk about it all the time, and the commissioners are on board with it. They let me purchase this reclaimer. We've even talked about buying another one and have one for each side. And
How does it work?
Pardon?
How does it work?
Awesome.
How does it, what is it?
Well, how many discs, 6 discs on the back, and they're, about, I think 6.
It's a rototiller.
Okay,
Just a giant roller.
And it sits on
so it breaks up the grass, because that's always been the problem,
It
right?
discs it in. They call it a reclaimer. It reclaims everything on the shoulder and throws it out in the road. And then you work it up, and then you put your gravel on, the berm's gone. It's pretty slick. So there's other counties been using them for a long time, and like anything, it's hard to get the guys that run it on board with it because it's new. But once they used it, Jeremy, the feedback was great. So, like I say, I don't mean to repeat myself, but we're going to be pretty aggressive this year.
No, we need to be.
So could that potentially eliminate the need for putting,
The gravel,
yeah,
it could eliminate for putting that much on it. It could still use some gravel. It's not mandatory. I mean, it's not going to hurt it not to get gravel, but if you're going to do a gravel road, that's what we're recommending, throw some gravel on that one.
No, but it will help preserve the projects we have too, because it'll get the water off the road.
Sure. Mineral well brine, you're number 7 in the rotation. And what we did, that went up 2 cents a gallon. It went from 18 cents to 20. We had to go out for bid. Michigan Chloride said they couldn't extend it no more with the prices. We were fortunate last year to have them extend it. And so they had to rebid, and we got lucky, and they got it. 3 or 4, I want to say 4 companies bid, and they were low bid at 20 cents. So that went up 2 cents a gallon on us. And so we were delighted to see that, only being 2 cents. So they are the company that are they're abiding by the rules pretty strict on the Eagle. And they want to stick to the boost. Remember the boost of 1,000 gallons? They come in after, like a week later, and give you your boost shot. They do 2,000 first time, 1,000 that boost shot.
They do the final strip
Yep.
later.
Yeah, and we've got great feedback from supervisors. They love it. So did you guys happen to notice that and like it?
Well, you told me when you were doing it, Dave.
Yeah.
I think it was fine.
So, yep. So we're going to do that again. They want to do that again. And
Whatever makes it less money, and I think that helps some. The problem you always get is at intersections, they overdo it. a lot, and I understand there's logistics and all that there, but I mean, then every time we get, a little rain like today, we have mud,
Sure.
year round. So I think splitting it up does help, yes,
I do too. So that's,
because it lets it soak in.
so you're gonna have your, the two before applications, two separate 3,000 applications. You have 2 and 1 again, so.
And that
And
we've
then the
got
prices, anything in black
We've
is,
got that ready to sign too, don't we?
correct.
Okay.
And anything in black is solid number, so that is a good number right there. And then Great All, you're number 8 this year in the rotation. 2021, the contributions from Perry Township was $157,695.39 towards road work. 2022, it was $102,133.03. And then in 2023, it was $116,074.43. Once again this year, the commissioners have elected to contribute $35,000 per township toward the road project of your choice. So that's once again in the sheet here for you. Asphalt, 2021, you spent $65.60 per ton of asphalt. 2022, you didn't do any paving. In 2023, you paid $77. So it went up $11.50 or $11.40.
What are you estimating this year's at?
85. And we're hoping that comes in around 75, 77 again. That's kind of what we're hearing.
Okay.
So that will drop that 107 on top. And then if you put that $35,000 towards there, you're looking at probably $60,000, $70,000 project.
Chris, the original, you had 10,000 for arm mowing and spraying, you've taken that out,
I did. That was an oversight, and I took that off there.
right?
And there's 2 reasons why I took that off there. The first reason is Sean Hassan, your road foreman, said that you guys are looking pretty good down here on the 40 hours we're giving you guys with the rotation of ours.
Yeah.
And we also got an arm mower on each side now running every day. So that's gonna keep you up to speed on that, so you can throw that $10,000 you're gonna save on arm mower that you previously spent, maybe throw that towards that project also.
Yeah, no, you're doing a good job with your arm.
We're down a little bit on what we contribute because we've been saving money.
Right, we've been saving, so where does the big project sit?
So right now, we're gonna stop at Grand River Road on Morris,
Right here.
and that next year is, we're going, the money should.
Unless it goes to 120 a ton,
We're praying
right?
that, our MTF, the order shows that we're gonna have the money, so we'll see. But, we should make it, even if we do 10, 11 miles next year, we'll still get past your road. The Ellsworth Road.
Next year.
Yeah,
So I mean, the
25.
hope next year is to get to the county line.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's 7 miles, I wanna say, from 7, 8 miles. Is
Probably
that
80.
right?
It's gotta be at least
Yeah.
80, because we're gonna have,
So
well, yeah, I guess you're taking the village out. So yeah, it might 7 or 8 somewhere.
Yeah, so we'll make it to, I'm sure we'll make it to the bottom next year. So Ellsworth Road will be tied in then.
Yeah, no, we've been saving the head for it, so.
Yeah.
What does it look like beyond that?
Beard Road, going over to Burns Township and jumping on Beard Road.
But you're gonna start at Burns, not at Woodall.
No, we're gonna start over there and work our way to the west, and then we gotta go over to Woodhull and work our way to the north. Because they haven't seen nothing in a little while, so we're trying to hook around and go back up.
Right.
And just so you know, what we did this year is for 2024, I asked the board to let's back off on the big project, 10 miles. And the reason being is because the equipment that I had to take to them and show them that we're paying $450,000, $440,000 for a truck. We're buying 2 trucks. The equipment is out of control right now. It makes you sick to your stomach to buy trucks. And that money's gotta come from somewhere. So the buffer for that money was, let's back off on our big project right now. We gotta have this equipment. So we backed down on our project, 10 miles. And that's about $100,000 a mile, it's $1 million. So that's what we did.
Okay, so that gives us, because I knew Beard Road was next, but it depended on which end Because I mean, we would do more Beardsley, that's what I was thinking, but if you're gonna start down there, then it's gonna be a couple more years, year or two.
Yeah, that's fair, I think that's a fair statement, yes. Yeah, and then,
Because we should look at Beardsley going south of here than if we're gonna be 2 years out when you come that way.
right, yeah, and I think Beardsley right now with the I think that it's a
I agree.
perfect candidate right now. And it's a good project for you. If you're gonna do some paving, I think that's where
It's not a bad
I
one.
feel good recommending.
I mean, it's one of those we would have done when you do Beard Road if it was gonna be like next
Sure.
year, but if it's gonna be a little more out.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee, Troy, that the company that gets that big
I
project will
understand,
honor
yeah.
that. So, right now.
But it likely won't be any more.
Yeah,
I mean, it shouldn't be more expensive.
no, they haven't bumped it up yet, so we've had two different companies get a big project and they've honored that. So, I feel confident that they'll keep doing that. We've got a good relationship with them.
Who's doing the big project next year? Is it already been?
Ace Saginaw again.
Saginaw.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a great job, they do a good job, so. Just so you know, last time I spoke with you, the little section up here on Lansing Road in the village.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I've been talking with the village of Morris, and they are on board with giving us that certification, handing that jurisdiction over to us. And
Which
because they're not
nobody,
gonna be able to afford to pay that.
well, they didn't really realize until the last few years that it wasn't. I mean, you guys always maintained it.
Right.
I don't think anybody, Brett kind of discovered that one time that it wasn't certified to you guys.
No, nobody realized it until, we did.
So the state's gonna allow that then to transfer?
Yeah, I've already contacted MDOT and talked to, gosh, what's his name over here? Is it Scott in Morris?
Yes,
Yeah.
Scott's his last name.
Yeah, and the board has approved to do it, and we can do it any time of the year, not, no emergency like Act 51, we gotta get it in by March 1st or anything like that. So I drew up a mock resolution for them, because they don't really know how to do that stuff, so gonna send that over to them and have them take it to the board. And we're gonna start at 71 and start coming this way at 25. And we're gonna do about 2 miles a year. So it isn't gonna take us that long to get here. You know, it's a Fed Aid project, and
It'll take 10 years.
it's about $1 million. Yeah, it's about $1 million a year that we're gonna be spending on that, so.
I mean, are you confident that that road's going to be intact by the time we get to this end? I mean, it's spots it's starting to kind of come unglued.
Yeah,
You know, that-
we'll maintain it as best as we can, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna fall apart and be shut down. It's not gonna get any better, by no means, but it's just down in this area where it's real bad. I mean, you go middle of the way down there, it's not that bad.
No, it's down at this end.
Yeah, no doubt. And we may be able to switch it up. You
Well,
got-
that's what I was
we
thinking,
may-
maybe if you start at 52 end, then, yeah.
We may be able to, if we start seeing it go that way, we can switch it up.
Because that's a total reconstruction you're doing, right? With
Yes.
the-
Yeah.
Hence $1 million a mile.
Yeah, well, I really wish you had left that stretch to the salt barn and stay MDOT's, because
Yeah.
that is not a,
Yeah.
I mean, the fix they did is,
Yeah,
Awful.
we did a bunch of bump grinding on it too this summer.
right. But I mean, you guys just took that back not that long ago.
Yeah, I think it's been a while. Not since I've been.
No, Lonnie was here when it was
Okay,
done.
there you go, right?
But I mean, it was more recent than the rest of it, let's
Sure.
put it that way. I mean,
Sure.
it was, we kind of sat there and looked at it and said, why are we doing this? Because this is gonna come right unglued, and,
Rosebud Boulevard came out good.
yes.
I think that came out nice. And just so you guys know, I don't know if you've talked to the owner of that business, I don't think they're gonna go through that island after all.
Oh,
Because we're holding them to building it right.
yeah,
And,
as we should.
yeah.
I mean, they kept asking about that, and I said, why aren't you just doing the driveway on Lansing Road,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Lansing Road's a major road.
Yeah.
Why,
Well, they wanted to
Why
cut,
do that, yeah.
yeah, why,
they wanted to cut corners on building that
Of
aisle.
course they did.
And-
Well, they wanted our DDA to kick into it. We said, absolutely not.
No.
So the money, I think they're gonna just decline
Okay, well,
it.
that's good.
But we're not gonna let them just build a shabby.
Absolutely, because then they'll want, I mean, I'll be blunt, Rose Boulevard had to be rebuilt sooner than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just leave it at that. But I mean, you know, we did Bennett Drive and then we did Rose. Bennett Drive was 15 years older than Rose, and Rose was in worse shape and gets less traffic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I can't think they're gonna be hauling that much in and out of there. You know,
Right.
that they couldn't use the same entrance on Lansing
yeah,
Road.
no, they should just use Lansing.
They can use, I went by it today, I don't know why they just don't use Lansing Road. They're gonna use Lansing Road, but
Yeah.
they said that if they come out of that driveway, they're gonna make a right, and they're gonna go down, turn around the cul-de-sac and come out, but they're not gonna be coming out, going left in the inbound lane and then cutting across. We're not gonna allow that.
No.
So, and they said they won't, so we're trusting at their word.
Oh, okay. So you think they're still gonna use it to exit?
They said they, maybe, it's open.
Okay, I.
If their driveway is open,
Okay, oh, it is, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't heard.
Just use Lansing Road. I mean, I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a nice building.
Yeah, it came out nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll preserve it for a long time.
Any more questions for
No, thanks, Chris.
Chris?
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you again for having us, and any questions moving forward, just
Any
get a hold of me.
questions?
You know, Chris, if you want to just make a note, maybe, on those two subdivisions we talked about, particularly Forest Green, could you get us an estimate on tree trimming it?
Sure,
That's a good idea, yeah.
yeah, we will. And we will be bidding these in February,
Okay,
and then we'll have solid numbers for them in February.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
all right.
Chris,
All right, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for having us.
enjoy it. John, don't stay away.
I won't. I'm back.
Mike, don't let him stay away. You know?
Did you hear him, Mark? He goes, I'm back.
I know, I know that.
Take care.
I knew as soon as Larry Rourke retired, he'd be
Oh, yeah,
getting his arms out.
I have
wings
free,
stretched.
free time now.
Yeah, right, see it.
Have a good night.
He works at Pastor. Okay. That was our road commission. Board review, just real quickly, we met December 12th at 10 o'clock till about noon, and we did the board, we were there, and we had several changes that Troy helped discover, and we had actually 18 changes and one qualified exemption, poverty exemption. So it did take us a long time, but we made it through it, so that was that. And also on the board review, once every 2 years, we have to do training specifically for staff. And I have a little sheet.
She's got it.
There it is, I have it, where's that?
All right, so we need to approve sending the board of review and the assessor and the supervisor to the training, which is,
Frankenmuth is the.
yep, $100 a person.
We got to do it by the 10th. So, January 31st, Frankenmuth. And word has it that our chairman may has other issues, he may resign, and so we'll be down to Tim Place and Dave Fletcher, and so we need to look at that later on. But at least we need to send 4, myself,
We'll
Michaela.
approve all 5.
Just approve all 5, and if we have an extra, we'll have it. Okay.
Well, if we appoint a new person, well, I mean, we won't meet before then, but
But there is a way that they can check online.
Make a motion, we send 5 people.
There's an online session. They can.
I'll support it.
Okay, motion's been made by Marks, supported by Troy. Roll call vote.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Trey Parmalee?
Yes, Mark Bolt.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Next on the agenda, appointment for CDO representative for 4 years.
So yeah, there's been some term discrepancies, but the simplest thing is just to reappoint. So our terms disagree with what the library says they are, but we'll just,
Well, the library told her that she was.
I know, but our records say she's not.
Oh,
So,
Oh, she-
but we'll just, go with them and reappoint and.
Because their terms are staggered, so they've got they've got, you know.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we reappoint Patty Frazier for a 4-year term on the Community District Library.
Royce made the motion,
Second.
seconded by Butch. All in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call vote. Okay, roll call vote, Kelly.
Francis Griffin. Kelly Schmidt, yes. Troy Parmalee?
Yes.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Okay. Custodial, pension exemption for a custodian here.
All right, so we're in the process of hiring a new custodian, and Kelly and I talked about it and thought it would be simpler for us if we did not have that position in the pension plan, if we just did it in Social Security, because they tend to come and go, and it's a lot of paperwork. So you will notice on page, this is an excerpt here that will clarify that part-time, and if you are a part-time employee, you will be paid hourly. Only appointed deputies are eligible for the township's pension plan. So that clarifies that the custodial position is not in, and then it already goes on to, exempt, we've already previously exempted temporary employees
Anyway,
from the retirement plan too. This, if you ask somebody briefly, it's a lot of work to enroll them and then disenroll them.
Sure,
So
okay.
I will make a motion that we amend the pension plan to exempt all part-time employees except the appointed deputies.
Butch will second that, okay.
That is to amend the employee handbook.
Handbook, the handbook, yes. Okay, employee handbook modification. Roll call vote, Kelly.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Troy Parmalee?
Yes.
Mark Foltz?
Yes. Handbook, okay. CISA appointment,
I make a motion that we appoint Troy to the board at CESA.
Right, I'll just give a quick little background on it. So Jeff Harris has been our,
yeah, contact.
ours, and we need to accept his resignation too. So Jeff was our second person, but Jeff has now been appointed to be the member at large
Oh,
on the CISA board,
okay.
because he really can fit, they needed to have a member at large for several years now, according to the bylaws, and he really fits that bill better. And then that allowed me to step in on the main part of the board. I've been, of course, doing a lot of the work.
And he'll do that, he'll do that.
He's already been appointed member at large, and he gave us a letter of resignation.
Okay.
So,
All right.
would you like to amend that, Mark, at all?
Sure, I'll amend it so that we also accept the resignation letter.
All right, I'll second
Jeff
that
Harris.
motion for Troy's appointment to CISA.
To fill out Jeff's term, yes.
Fill out his term. Yep. Roll call vote, Kelly.
Troy Parmalee?
Yes.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes.
Okay, board review dates, I give those to Kelly, and she may already have them on the computer, but our dates for this year, our spring organizational meeting Tuesday, March 5th at 9, first session of board review Tuesday, March 12th at 9 to 3, Wednesday, March 13th, the next day, 3 to 9. Then they meet in July for clerical errors, that's Tuesday, July 16th at 9, and finish the year, December 10th, Tuesday at 9, and that's the last session. Need to approve the change, especially from Monday to Tuesday. We need to, anyway, approve the,
Make a motion that we
Dates.
approve the new schedule for the board of review dates.
all right, Mark. Butch, second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Thank you. Discussion of board review and planning commission vacancies. Ellen.
Well,
So
we've got
obviously,
some vacancies.
Well, we got,
We've got the planning commission with the passing of Sandy McCulloch that we need to fill.
yeah,
And then we also have I think it's a firm vacancy on the Board of Review for Jim Bayshore. So we have a few candidates. Mark Frazier has talked to Lena Zamora, if she's interested. Lena Zamora.
Tim Waller.
Tim Waller, Tim Bontrager, and Tim Kuba. They're all Tims. But we haven't contacted the Tims yet, but they are potentially people that, we may ask.
Well, it's certainly come up.
You got 4 candidates or
Well,
secretaries?
we haven't, no, well, we
Two
haven't had.
positions, board review has a vacancy, and
Oh,
then
you got four to spread among 2.
Yeah.
at least.
We haven't talked to those top 2 certainly yet. I mean, they're just names that have come up. You know the Tim Waller, Larry?
You spoke to Tim Waller,
He's-
you and Tim Place, both of
I
you?
look at personalities a bit. He's president of the congregation. He's assistant manager at Beacom Industries, I think. You know, Steve London around behind me is a plant manager.
Level-headed.
He seems like a person that would fit the bill. And I asked him, he's interested, but of course, short notice he couldn't come tonight. I don't know what else.
Where does he live?
He lives in Rayland Hills, which is close to the line. I see the line is
No, Raylan Hills is in the township, yeah.
Clifford Fields.
Clifford Fields.
I don't know.
Oh, you mean Clifford Fields?
Clifford Fields.
Clifford Fields.
Clifford Fields, that's what he said. I don't know if that's it.
Okay.
The township line is another 1,000, it's another quarter-mile beyond Clifford Fields.
Correct.
So he's in the territory, and, you know,
He
there's
expressed,
some others that express interest to me, and, you know, no way. No way. So in my mind, why, he's a good person, he's interested, very articulate.
You might ask him as well if he would be interested in the board of review, or if he'd be interested in the board of review position either. You know,
I didn't ask him, because I didn't know.
we didn't really know.
Tim was just telling me about the vacancy now, and he says,
Because really, we really need a business person on, as one of our other board of review. Because we're supposed to have, we're supposed to have somebody from ag, we're supposed to have an ordinary Joe, and we're supposed to have somebody from business in it. And Dave Fletcher, when he was originally appointed, was the business person, but he's been retired for years now and stuff. So it would be not, when you mention that he's a president, I mean, he would,
yeah.
he would be.
He's still working 5 days a week, so
this would be good, yeah.
Well,
some of the
with
training stuff,
But the board of review meets during the day, that's the problem.
yeah.
Let me give you this letter, and you can give it to Tim Waller, if you would, Larry.
Just see if that's
See
something
if
he'd
those
be
dates,
interested
because it's only 5 times a year, so
Yeah.
we'll take that.
in. And then we'll table all of this till next month and, see what's available, so.
We'll give these people a
just
call
so-
and just see if there's an interest there.
And just so the board knows, Tim Kuba, he lives on Thornapple, and he's been to a couple of meetings, had a beer, gentleman. That gentleman.
He hasn't expressed interest, but I thought, when we've talked about doing our own zoning and stuff like that, he's caught right in the middle of that mess in Thornapple.
And this other Tim, he's been in here.
He's the
a couple,
guy
three
that
times.
we sold the water property to
We sold the.
Oh,
on Beard Road.
The house up on the road?
the house
Yeah,
and-
he's,
yeah, on the
you
road,
know,
Yep. And
the other
he-
guy, he's a builder, they're just people we've thought of. I mean, we need to,
He has his own company, his own business.
how do I say this delicately? We need
A
to,
businessman.
no, we need to reduce our average age.
Yeah,
Well,
I
people
agree.
that'll hang with us for a while, Larry.
Well, and that
Our
was,
average age on.
People that'll hang with us for like your Tim, you know.
Well, this guy, yeah, he's still working, so he's a little bit from retiring or
Yeah,
whatever.
Lena sold insurance,
Okay.
a lot of property insurance, so she's got some basic knowledge and stuff like that. And she's been a resident around here for a long, long time.
Well, we gotta spread out a little bit around away from the Lock Road neighborhood.
And
We're
she lives
pretty
up,
balanced.
she lives up on Miller, just off of Morris.
Okay.
Okay, no, up there. You're Dave. Dave Fletcher lives up
Oh, I don't know.
there. Okay. All right, good, okay.
So anyway, hopefully we'll have
Very good.
some candidates we can do next month.
At least 4, maybe, okay. Election laptop. Kelly, election laptop.
So, in getting ready for the February election, I had to update the laptops and get them ready to go, and I turned one of them on, and
Two of them are.
two of them, and they just don't work.
What?
So,
And there's stuff, I had went through them,
You mean they're dead?
something's fried on the main board.
Oh, geez, okay.
so,
What do you need
in
to do?
thinking about what I said earlier about only getting one, I think we should get two. Yeah,
2
so,
to 3.
so I'm asking for approval of 2 new laptops. How much was the one? 600?
Let's do not to exceed 1,500.
How much?
I'll make a motion that we approve purchasing 2 election laptops not to exceed 1,500.
Second.
Is that a good price?
Hopefully.
We haven't priced them yet, but it shouldn't be more than, we'll get the most reasonable one.
Yeah.
Okay. And
A reasonable one.
is it a certain brand?
No.
Oh, it
It's-
doesn't?
The state recommends what to get.
Okay, okay. You think we should go higher?
I think.
Okay, so Troy has made a recommendation for 1,500 for 2 laptops.
I second.
Mark is going to second that. We need a roll call vote for them laptops.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Ray Crum.
Yes.
And Kelly, since you're in the mood for spending money, camera purchase and installation.
So I have reached out to 3 companies to get bids for cameras for the township. We're required by law to have one on the election box, drop box. We do have cameras up. They are wireless and they kind of tax our Wi-Fi a little bit, and they don't work all the time.
I think that's what's going on. Yeah.
So, the bids that I asked for were for wired cameras,
For wired cameras?
wired
Okay,
cameras,
okay.
and up to 6 we can put in on one complete unit.
6.
There was one guy that called me back today, he's gonna come out next week and actually walk the place and give me a bid for that, and he said if you approve, he said this would probably cost about $3,000.
Okay.
So, I don't know what the other ones would
Do you
charge
have to
to
have
do
these
it.
by February or?
No, I mean, we're
The
covered
election-
right now.
the election.
We have, so we bought a very cheap set for what, $600?
Not even that, I mean.
You know,
it's
and
Yeah.
2 of them have already quit working.
Oh, yeah.
The manual is mostly in Chinese, but the one on the box is working, so we are covered. But,
So you want to
I-
not exceed?
but yes, they are, it seems to me we should have a more secure one.
Yep.
And
We
if it's
can't put
wired-
one in this room, right?
No, I don't think so.
And if it's wired,
Because
it'd be
of
more
the
reliable.
voting
I
machine.
think.
Right, and plus, this is rented out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
which
don't-
is
you
why
don't-
I want
No.
But they're on the outside. You know, I mean,
We would place them on the corners,
yeah.
and
And
then
we
we
had
had one in our office.
We had one inside pointing towards the front of the main door,
Mhm.
which also points towards the inside drop
The
box.
safe,
Right.
yeah. So,
But we had to take
cameras.
that one and put it outside, because the outside one was the one that quit.
Correct.
Did he tell you about what the 6 cameras might cost?
He thought
Installed?
around 3,000.
Is that installed?
Well, that's
Oh,
a
3,000.
rough estimate, so I don't know.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
I think if we approve up to what, 4, you think?
I'd say 45, yeah.
I think it would cover us.
Maybe 4,500.
I would say,
You don't know.
I would say, I don't know for sure.
All right.
He estimated 3,000, so.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the clerk to select a vendor for the camera purchase and installation up to $4,000.
I'll second.
If it goes over that, we'll
See,
come back.
4,000. Troy and Mark is seconding that. Okay. Roll call vote.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Kelly Schmidt, yes. Ray Plummer?
Yes.
Mark Ford.
One question before I say yes. So These $600 cameras, can we return them?
Oh, the ones we have?
Yeah.
No.
No, I just asked.
We can sell them to you and you can put them up at
Yes,
your
I'll
house.
say yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just wondered, I thought, well, if they're, you've only had them, what, a year, less?
Well, I ordered them a couple years ago. We just got them. So,
The state paid for them,
Oh, okay.
and we got what we paid
We
for.
got what we paid for. There you have it. Oh, boy, I know nothing.
I have one question about all of these vacancies that we have. Should we put them on the website?
I would, to get a hold of you, I would.
Yeah, I mean,
And
and start advertising for.
just put your phone number here at the hall and say, leave a message and we'll get back with you. Thank you.
Set a deadline of the last week of this month.
I think the custodian's gonna be hard to find.
Do you? It could be.
I mean, I called 2 people that picked up applications and I didn't get a phone call back. So, I don't know. I kind of explained to them, you know, what is required as far as the cleaning after events and that sort of thing, and some of them were like, oh geez.
No, it's a problem. This isn't just you come in when you want to sweep up. I mean, it's a problem because we're rented so
And the
much.
weekends, people like their
And,
weekends.
you know, people are rented sometimes until midnight,
Yeah.
and then we're rented the next day.
Yeah. you gotta
So
be-
it
Yeah.
is kind of a,
Unique deal.
yeah.
I'd put it on the web. Don't you
Okay.
think so?
Yeah, it's fine.
Any more comments, questions, concerns?
I got it.
Yeah. Claire.
You got a new door,
Uh-huh.
only you gotta get out. The handle is so high, you don't see a handle. How the heck's this sitting? Does it push like a post office box? No. Well, then you
Which
start feeling,
one?
and
The drop.
The
up
Dropbox
at
for
the
the
top where
ballots?
you can't see it, I can feel a handle.
The Dropbox for the ballots?
Yeah,
No,
no,
The
the
regular
regular
big
drop box.
Dropbox.
Cause
You want a light put on it?
Well, we put a new one in, so it didn't, it was more secure, because the old one used to get stuff caught in it.
well,
I'll get you a.
take it to the shop, weld the handle a little lower.
I did also get, I meant to call her back today, but I asked for a bid from the Great Gazebo for signage for that drop box. We need a couple of sticker signs to put on the ballot drop box that the state recommends. And then people have a problem finding what door to come in for the office.
They do. They
So
do.
I was gonna order a sign for that too, but she hasn't gotten back with me on how much that would cost.
No, the Dropbox thing is confusing,
Yeah.
because we have 2 Dropboxes now.
Well, and I think the wording I was gonna put on there was US mails and tax payments.
Yeah, or
Communication.
yeah, or any other township communication.
Your new standalone drop box, government regulations, all that sort.
The governor paid for it.
I've been living on that farm 50 years.
Yeah.
You used to just assume everybody was honest.
Not so
You
much
know?
anymore.
No, they paid for that box, but
We felt that.
I
we
bet
felt
you that word's more than $100.
Yeah.
it was a lot more than that. But no, they made it very clear that the way we had done it forever was not acceptable. You can't commingle election stuff. Now, we all know election stuff will end up in my Dropbox, and probably tax payments will end up in that one. You know, so,
You still have to sort them.
right, but
And we
But
felt,
we have made our due diligence, and that's what we had to do.
we felt that, you know, having it dropped into the building was safer than having a box outside.
Sure.
But they didn't give, but I think 1 or 2 options, and the options that they gave were not good. So,
You can throw a log chain around that thing and take off with it.
You could open it with a screwdriver pretty fast.
It's pretty
too, but-
secure to the ground though. They poured a pad and it's in there.
Oh, no, but you could
probably
take off
could.
of that if
You
you
probably
wanted to
could.
pretty quickly. It's more secure in the building, but that's
Well,
not
yeah.
what the
let's
governor
not give
said.
ideas to anybody, so.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
8 o'clock. Second by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?